Are you serious? It's time to go to the Middle East with a rundown. Rundown. Say rundown. News rundown right now. I'm serious. Wow. I haven't had a chance to do that. Of course, been all the issues that's been going on. But let's do it now. Syrian forces. Syrian security forces were clashing already today on this October 17, 2011 with gunmen believed to be army defectors, and at least 5 government troops were killed. So what's happening is President Assad's army is starting to crack. There's a chink in the armor. The economy is collapsing. The world diplomatic nations are surrounding him. The United Nations wants to put sanctions. Turkey's already started sanctions. President Barack Obama's already called for the removal of President Assad of Syria. Syria has killed over 3,000 identified people during the uprising and the protesting and the frustration, fulfilling Daniel chapter 11, 41 through 45, where it says, many countries will be overthrown in the glorious land because of an antichrist spirit that's sweeping through the land. Who is the antichrist? People keep asking me. Well, he'll be revealed. It says in Thessalonians, this son of perdition, or the son of hell, the man of lawlessness, the wicked one. He's going to reveal himself, and the spirit of the Antichrist is moving right now. As the Ivory Coast changed hands, Tunisia was overthrown, Jose Mubarak of Egypt was overthrown. The 5 General Council now, the people want to get rid of them, which it says it would, in Isaiah 19, verses 1 through 4. Isaiah 17:1 says that Syria says that Damascus will no longer be a city, but become a ruinous heap. We're on the verge of that. There's been an intifada declared in the Middle East, with Syria, Lebanon, Egypt, and Jordan all declaring an intifada against Israel. There's been a plot by Iran to destroy, to kill, to assassinate the Saudi Arabian ambassador to America. There was a plot to blow up the Saudi Arabian embassy and the Israeli embassy. Some say that President Barack Obama has given Benjamin Netanyahu the green light to go ahead and do a preemptive strike on Iran. Are you serious? Do you have your coffee? Do you have a Bible? Are you serious? Jesus said it this way in Matthew 24, when they asked him the signs of the end of his coming and the end of the world, or the apocalypse. He said, you're going to hear of wars and rumors of wars. Nation arise against nation. Kingdom against kingdom. And there'll be famines and pestilence and earthquakes and divers places. He said, but all these are just the beginning of sorrow. Some of you are going to be persecuted, imprisoned, and killed. Talking about the church. It's going on right now. 26 Christians were murdered. Coptic Christians murdered in Egypt. A pastor was just executed in Pakistan. There's a pastor right now they're threatening to execute for his faith in Iran. It just goes, people, you don't even want to talk about what they're doing in Africa to Christian people. Oh, dear God. Somebody sent me some personal pictures of some things. It was just horrible. I cannot show them on YouTube. I can't. They'll be blocked. I'll be hit. Iran says it's ready to examine. Oh, that's nice. Iran is now ready to examine the U.S. information behind the accusations that Iran plotted to kill the Saudi ambassador to Washington, Foreign Minister Ali Akbar Saleh. Tried to kill him. Also, in Egypt, 2 sons of Hosni Mubarak, of the ousted president, have an estimated $340 million in Swiss bank accounts. Are you serious? 2 of Hosni Mubarak's sons have $340 million in Swiss bank accounts? Is that right? Where did they get $340 million? There's no way these guys earned it. There's no way they don't even have capitalism in Egypt. Not really. There's no way they earned the money. They stole it, robbed it blind from the backs of the hardworking people of Egypt. This is why Mubarak had to be removed. Did you know he was worth $70 billion? He was the richest man in the world. His sons got petty cash of $340 million. And how much of that is American money paid by the American taxpayers to Hosni Mubarak to keep peace with Israel? Have you ever thought about that? That's my money and yours. Now you're mad, aren't you? Now you're starting to get mad. It's about time. How many times do I got to preach to you people? How many times do I got to explain to you? There's an antichrist spirit. There's a black horse galloping through the earth, taking the economic funds from the people, robbing them blind. Corruption and greed. Oh, weep and howl, ye rich men, for your riches, for your miseries coming upon you. Can I read that to you in James? Do you want to hear it? Goodness. Finally, somebody realized it's some of your money out of your own back pocket. These thieves. I'll read it. I'm not afraid. I double dog dare the devil to deal with it. Here's what it says. James chapter 5. I'll read it. Go now, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your miseries shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. Their $340 million in Swiss bank accounts is evidence to convict them. It shall be a witness against you, it says, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Are we in the last days? What? Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, thank you, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of the Sabbath. Is that what a lot of this occupying Wall Street really is all about? The people are so frustrated that they've been robbed by the corruption, by the greed of not just investment bankers on Wall Street, not just politicians in Washington, but by regimes and by governments and the elite and the Bohemian Grove and the Bilderberg groups and the New World Order establishments and the folks that are trying to prepare for the coming Antichrist who will bring a one world currency into the world. And the only thing they need for an excuse to do it is chaos, which is starting to break out across America and around the world. Verse 5, you've lived in pleasure on the earth. You've been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as it were as a day of slaughter. You've condemned and killed the just. You guys are guilty of sin, basically. And now you're weeping and you're howling in your own miseries because your riches have come upon you. Are you saved? Folks, what I'm trying to tell you is, this was written by James, the natural physical brother of Jesus Christ. He's actually the son of Joseph and Mary, James. He was killed later with a sword. Somebody shoved a sword through his gut. That's later. But the guy's right. What he preached here and what he wrote here in the Holy Bible in the book of James, chapter 5. You need to go read that because it almost sounds like to me he's reading the front page of the Wall Street Journal or the London Times or the front pages of Rome, the New York Times, Newsweek, Yahoo News, CNN. He's writing about the days of today, what's happening in the last days with the corruption. So there you go. Hosni Mubarak's two sons have $340 million in Swiss bank accounts. Is anybody going to talk about the guys that run the Swiss banks? Do they get off scot-free? They just get to keep all the hoodlums and all the money laundering, and they get to do. They never get in trouble. They just get to be available. I mean, just kind of, it's all one big hypocritical situation. Are you saved? If you're trusting in the world's economy or the world's political figures or the next ruler or the next president or the next Congress, forget it. Get your eyes on Jesus. Send me a personal message right now. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. Send it to me right here in this inbox. We've had 511 salvations. Do it now.